Hello and welcome to the Back Nine Report. My name is Torres, and along with Altvater, every week we check in on the world of golf to bring you the latest news, insights, analysis, interviews, recaps, previews. Hey, we cover anything and everything golf. In other words, if it happened in golf, we have it for you. Fred, today we're going to be talking about one of your favorite guys and one of you. I know this is a subject that you've been talking about every time we talk about the Ryder Cup, and it's about Kevin Kisner. So, Fred, hi, how are you today?
If I were choosing, Carlos, I would pick Kevin Kisner every time. I told you the last two Ryder Cups, they lost because Kevin Kisner was on the team. They chose somebody else. Now, in all fairness, Steve Stricker didn't pick Kevin Kisner, and Stricker had Kisner on his President's Cup team, okay? Stricker wanted Kisner because Stricker was the same kind of player that Kisner is. And Kisner says, he says, the reason we're talking about this is because Kisner went on a podcast last week and kind of complained a little bit. He said, I don't know why they're not taking me. He said, let me see, I'm going to quote him. He says, I don't know, man. They don't like me, I guess. I've had the same phone call for about 4 years in a row from every captain. Man, you're on the team, but then you didn't play well in the playoffs. Well, he doesn't play well in the playoffs, okay? He won the Wyndham the week before the playoffs began last year, but then he goes T66 at the Northern Trust, or I'm sorry, missed the cut at the Northern Trust, and then T66 at the BMW. So I think he ends up finishing 29th in the which is great. I mean, a lot of money, and it's really good to finish in the top 30 for the year in the FedEx Cup. But if you want trying to make the Ryder Cup team, you want to finish up in the top 15 or so. So you cannot argue. You cannot argue with Steve Stricker's choices for the last Ryder Cup team. I want to do it. I told you before it started, they were the wrong picks, but it turned out I was wrong. Steve Stricker knew what he was doing. They were nearly perfect. He was 19-9, by far the biggest winning margin for a U.S. team in many, many years. His choice of the young guys that could hit it long and have no fear worked to perfection. Carlos, I know Kisner's frustrated. I'm frustrated that he doesn't make these teams. His results in match play and being one of the top U.S. players every year would seem to make him the logical choice. But he's always just slightly outside the top 13 or 14 or the top 12 that would get him in. And it just makes it difficult to pick him with the top talent that we have right now. So the bottom line is, Carlos, if you want to be on the Ryder Cup team, play better, especially in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Just get yourself up there where they don't have to choose you. Make it on your own merit.
That's where I think the system has always been broken. And the problem that he has, and I think he's right, he should have been picked earlier in this. I mean, he's one of the toughest match play competitors out there. His record in match play is impeccable. I mean, he has a victory and a runner-up finish in the Dell Technologies Match Championship, and he went 2-0-1 in his lone President's Cup appearance. What else does a guy like that has to do to make the Ryder Cup? And just his problem that he has right now is that he's complaining at the wrong time, because the Ryder Cup was just a success, and tremendous success. But was it a fluke? That's what we don't know. Okay. And that's what the jury's still out, whether it was great or just that it was a bad European team. We can debate about that all day long. The U.S. have had
John Rahm and Rory McIlroy, they just aren't that good. So it probably was a poor European Ryder Cup team.
Two people don't make a whole team. Okay? It takes 12 to do that. And if you see what happened in the previous one, right? That everybody was like, Sergio, man, what are you talking about? Henrik Stenson, all these guys, and they were the heroes of the Ryder Cup. They were playing awful going into the Ryder Cup, but the Europeans don't care about that because it's more about chemistry, about how you pair players with whom, and Kevin Kisner is the perfect pairing for anybody. I've always said it. Take Bryson DeChambeau out. You don't need him there, but of course you need that high. That's the big draw maker. Okay, that it's about who's going to be having the most publicity here. That's what basically it is. You have if the U.S. should be just like that. Hey, just say there's not going to be captain selection. Let me just go out with the best. If you are talking about only and strictly, you're not playing well going into the playoffs. Anybody, that can happen. But when you go into match play, it's about match play. And in this one, I have to give the benefit of the doubt to Kevin Kisner. So yes, surprising, but yes, I am with you, Kevin. You should be there. And to me, the selection process is broken. It should be different. And I think they are just riding this high of the 19-9. But whenever the Europe goes back there and they start preparing their team, and not only that, they prepare the course to their selection to adapt to them and take the strengths of the US team out again, that's when you're going to see if it's true or not that these selections that they were making are going to be good or not.
Well, I think you're going to definitely see some new faces on the European Ryder Cup team. There's 3 or 4 of those guys that are just going to, another 2 years, they're going to be past their maturity date for sure. But that brings in these new rookies, these younger guys, and are they going to be able to accept the big spotlight and the pressure of the situation? So I don't expect the European team to be that strong like they have been over the past 20 years. I don't expect to see that for the next 2 or 3 Ryder Cups. But I think once these new guys get acclimated through 1 or 2 turns on the Ryder Cup, I think they'll be really strong again, because they got, the young guys that are coming up on the European tour, and they're really, really good. There's 6, 7 guys that are really good players right now. And there's some young guys coming that we don't even know about yet. So I don't know if this was a fluke. But I do think the US team with the core that they have now, because these guys like each other. They grew up together and they even kind of like each other. It's not like it used to be. It's not really cutthroat like it used to be. They want to win. They want to beat the other guy, but they still are friends with the guy at the end of the day. So I'm talking about the American team now. Okay. I think the Americans are going to be strong for the next 3 or 4 as this group continues on to continue to grow and get better and better. But I think the Europeans are going to be going through some changes for the next couple.
I will give them the benefit of the doubt once they beat Europe there. That's all I'm saying. I'll see next year. But for now, yeah, they were good and they had a great team, just like they've always had. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, Kevin, hang on. Hopefully they'll pick you. We'll see. At least President's Cup this year, you should be in that one. But
just
anyway,
play better, Kev. Just play better.
Man, change. They have to change the way to pick this thing. So you'll see. This is not good. But anyway, thank you for joining us. It's always our pleasure to bring you the latest in the world of golf. Remember to subscribe to our channel so you can keep up to date with the latest in golf news and information. Thank you for joining.